today's episode, who is lying in the case of Daniel Holtzclaw? Because when you actually read the facts, really read them, the last person you should be pointing fingers at is Daniel. For almost a decade, Daniel has been treated like the only person worth scrutinizing. He has been dissected, analyzed, judged, and punished as if he was hiding something. But let's flip the script for a minute, right? Let's look at the Oklahoma City Police Department. This same department deleted emails belonging to the forensic analyst on Daniel's case. They also deleted the emails of Detective Kim Davis, a 30-year sex crimes detective. Now ask yourself this: why? Why delete emails? What good reason exists for removing evidence in an ongoing case? What department proactively deletes emails unless those emails are a problem? And then you have the judge who thought it was completely acceptable to hold a 2-day proceeding about the forensic analyst's work and not invite Daniel or his attorney. How is that justice? How does the defense not get a seat at the table when the evidence against them is being discussed? And now let's talk about the sealed files. If this case is so airtight, if the state is so confident, why is the public not allowed to see any of it? What purpose does the secrecy serve? Why are those files still sealed today? Then we go to the detectives. Detectives somehow forgot to include critical statements in police reports. Statements like an accuser describing a short black male, not Daniel. Statements where an accuser said 7 times that an officer never touched her. How do those statements get deleted? How do those get left out of the police reports? Was that incompetence or was that intentional? Then there's the prosecutors. Galen Giger, he stood in front of the jurors and told them the DNA came from the vaginal cells. That was a lie. That was no testing to support that. There were 6 forensic experts, 6 that have weighed in and said that was false and that Daniel's conviction should be overturned. So ask yourself this, you guys. Why does the prosecutor get to lie and walk away? Why does Daniel get a life sentence? And then you have the accusers who change their stories multiple times. They change their description, change the dates, change locations, and detectives spoon-fed them details until their stories finally match the narrative the state wanted. When you put all of this together, you have to ask, who is actually lying? Why are open records requests still being denied? Why are sealed materials still sealed? Why is the Oklahoma City Police Department deleting records in an ongoing case? Why does the state continue to hide evidence from the public? Because here's what Daniel did. Daniel sat down for a 2-hour recorded interview with no attorney. Daniel handed over his DNA. Daniel gave access to whatever they needed. Daniel had nothing to hide. Yet the person punished was the one who cooperated. And the people who hid evidence, deleted emails, keeping sealed documents, they all lied and walked away clean. So Daniel should not be in prison because detectives were incompetent. Daniel should not be in prison because the prosecution lied. Daniel should not be in prison because his attorney was ineffective. Daniel should not be in prison to protect a broken system. And that is why I'm fighting for Daniel. If this case is truly about truth, then let's ask the real question: who is lying? Go to www.freedanielholtzclaw.com. If you have any tips, any information, go to 1-833-OKC-TIPS. Thank you all. Bye-bye.